You see, I have the notebook today. So let's talk about Starrily, the quietly influential luxury indie brand. Now you may be wondering, what do I mean by quietly influential? Well, don't worry, I'm gonna break it down for you in the beginning of this video, and then I'll jump into the swatches a little bit later on. Of course, my video will be divided up, so if you're not interested in what my opinions are, and you just want to see some pretty nail polish, you can skip to about here. I'm gonna guess it's there. I don't know. So what do I mean by quietly influential? What I mean is that Starrily, if you go to any of their social media accounts, you'll be able to see that they have a very large following without the need to nurture that following with constant social media posts. There are several times where Starrily will post once a day for a period of time, and then things will fall off to maybe once a week, and so on and so forth. Whereas in comparison to a lot of other social media brands, they're posting every day, sometimes several times a day, in various ways, be it Instagram posts, stories, TikToks, Reels. You get the point. So Starrily also has a very long history of collabing with some of the biggest names in the nail art community, be it Simply Nailogical and her perfect kitty cat nail polish duo, or Kelly Marissa's four series of collaborations that she now has. I do want to note the Galaxy Crate by Kelly Marissa and Starrily. It's definitely on my wish list. Starrily also maintains a relatively smaller catalog of nail polishes. They cap out at 90 polishes. That includes top coats and base coats. So when you compare it to other brands like Holo Taco, Mooncat, China Glaze, Orly, OPI, they have a much smaller catalog, and when you specifically compare it to other indie nail polishes, they still have a relatively small catalog of polishes to choose from. And I feel like this speaks more to the fact that when Starrily releases a polish, they're focusing more on longevity than kind of staying on trend. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think Starrily's proven quite easily that they're playing for the long haul. They don't need to be on every single TikTok trend or this year's colors trend. They're instead putting out these specialty nail polishes in a special effect and color combination that they think will last the longest on their website. That's what they're selling. And when they are focusing on longevity, instead of launching a new collection every couple of months, like Holo Taco, where we're seeing a new collection about a month and a half apart, Starrily focuses on putting out a solid collection that will last them years. For example, Starrily's Galaxy collection has seen several restocks throughout the years. Starrily put out the Galaxy collection initially in 2020, and we are continuing to see restocks of that particular collection. That doesn't mean that they haven't done anything in between now and then, but they're much more focused on having really high quality polishes that a lot of people will like and focusing on restocking that instead of coming out with new polishes, new colors, new formulas so quickly. I do want to point out that the Planets collection by Starrily did see a little bit of a formula tweak. However, I bought polishes at the initial launch and after the reformulation, and while there are slight differences, if you look really closely, overall the polishes are the same. I want to kind of start this off by saying I don't have a lot of criticisms about Starrily, and I know that my last couple of brand deep dives, there have been some things to be critical about. But here, instead of criticism, I wanted to talk about the history of the brand a little bit. So let's jump into the early years of Starrily, and there isn't a whole lot of information out there. I did get this information off of Starrily's website. They kind of had a blog post about that, and I will link it down below if you want to see it too. So Starrily was initially founded by Mawish Ali, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I looked it up on Google, but I'm not very good at pronunciation. I'm trying my best. So Starrily was founded by Maui Shali in 2012, and at that time she was living in her parents' house studying to be an optometrist, which I think is very admirable. I think it is incredible that not only was she going to school at the time, but she also saw a gap in the market and decided to fill it herself with a specialty indie brand nail polish. And I do want to note that this was also founded in Coney Island, where we see a lot of nail polishes being started up. We see that with Mooncat when they initially launched as Live Love Polish, and we see that with Cirque Colors, and Holo Taco is currently based around that area as well. I just think that's kind of an interesting tidbit that there are so many nail polishes brand based in the kind of New Jersey, New York-y area. I do want to make a note that Starrily did have to move to a larger facility in Cleveland, Ohio, so just the more you know. After 2 years, Starrily had grown enough as a company for Ollie to be able to work at it full time, which again is kind of incredible for a nail polish brand to be up and running so quickly. I know for a lot of indie makers, they have either a full-time or a part-time job outside of nail polish, so I find it to be incredible that she was able to get a full-blown company running in just 2 years, while also being a student. Now, I'm not sure, nor could I find any information confirming or denying that she finished her studies as an optometrist, but either way, studying is so time-consuming and running a business is so time-consuming that that's just amazing. So now that you know a little bit more about the company, its history, let's talk about price points. Because, yeah, there's a reason why I call it a luxury indie brand. So Starrily's price points start at $11. That was mostly for base coats and top coats, and they top off at $16.50, which is a lot of money for a single nail polish. However, for that price point, you are getting a 5-free and cruelty-free nail polish. You're also getting some very unique effects in these bottles of polishes. You're also getting 15 milliliters or 0.5 fluid ounces of product in each bottle. As I've discussed in the past, and I've used Starrily as a comparison point, that is quite a lot of polish and product compared to some other brands out there. And while I do believe you are getting a sizable amount of polish, and the polish's special effects and quality and opacity are very much worth the price, it is still a higher price point, and that is why I put it in that luxury indie brand tier. And one day I'm going to have to make a tier list to kind of better explain how I break these things down in my mind, but that's for another day. Now, I do want to be upfront. I've been buying Starrily nail polishes, God, all the way back in 2016, 2017, I believe, and at this point I own 17 bottles of Starrily nail polishes, and I think I can say with some authority that I do believe that the price point is warranted if you're wanting to go that luxury indie route. I'm not saying that you can't get some of the similar effects and opacity from other brands for less. That's not necessarily why I compare or why I describe price points. I mostly just want to say if you're willing to jump into that $16.50 as your top tier price point, you are going to get something that is high quality. Oh, but before we jump into the swatches, and I know most people will kind of zone out at the end of my video, so I want to bring this up now. I have fallen in love with a Starrily nail polish, and I think it's caused me to, God, cheat on my favorite black polish. Let me get this bit set up for you. Okay, we got... Oh, that's hot. We'll see how that looks after editing. But yeah, I found my new favorite black nail polish. It's Vantablack by Starrily, and if you want a good black nail polish. Yeah, get this one. Yeah, with all of that information now in your head, let's jump into the swatches, because these are some polishes that I really want to talk about. I was really excited to pick up this particular polish because it looked eerily similar to Starrily's own old Menchie and also Holo Taco's current Menchie nail polish. Now, all three are light baby pink holographic glitter nail polishes. However, Starrily's Menchie had a pigmented suspension base, and so does Holo Taco's Menchie, but Dollhouse has a clear suspension base, which makes these glitters really stand out on their own. It's a beautiful shade, and I'm absolutely happy that I picked this one up. And you do need 3 coats because of that clear suspension base, but it's very much worth it, and I adore this color. Now, I did want to make sure that I was picking up some fall colors because I knew I'd be creating this review in the fall. So Oxytocin is definitely that fall color for me. It is a dark oxblood burgundy red jelly polish with holographic flakies running throughout it. Now, I was a little worried when I initially read that description because jelly in my mind means sheer, but this was fully opaque in 2 coats. If you've got longer nails, you might need a 3rd, but this is perfect for me. This next polish might be my favorite from the haul, though I have so many favorites from this haul that I cannot decide. This is Aurora, and it is a multi-chrome that shifts from blue, purple, green, red, and gold, and it also has a smattering of micro holographic glitter running throughout it, and oh my god, I wish more people would put this kind of holographic glitter in their multi-chromes because it's perfect and it's beautiful in just 2 coats and so shifty in person. Get this one, get it, do it now. Up next is Artemis. This is a beautiful forest green with a added multi-chrome shimmer to it. That shimmer will shift from a copper to a red to a yellow and a little bit of a green if you shift it just so right. This one was fully opaque in just 2 coats, as you can see here. It's very stunning, fully applied. I like this one, both glossy and matte, and if you're looking for a green twist for this fall season, definitely consider Artemis. Now, this might be a little bit of a shock to all of my viewers, but I think Starrily really shines when it comes to their creams. This is Terracotta, and oh my god, it is fully opaque in 1 coat. Now, I did show you 2 coats here, just so you'd really be able to see that, yeah, it is fully opaque in just 1 coat. That 2nd coat was completely unnecessary, but I do know that there are a couple of our nail art folks out there that do enjoy the thick feeling of 2 coats of nail polish, so just keep it in mind. But Starrily just shines through its creams, and you can really see that with this orange. So here's the legend Vantablack. I never thought I would see a day where I would set aside my Holo Taco 1 coat black, but that day has come and Vantablack has conquered. I adore how opaque this polish is. I love the viscosity. It's very manageable, and that brush is just perfect for my preferences. I love this polish, and it's another reason why Starrily just kills at creams. Of course, I had to pick up this unique topper as well. Rose Quartz is a smattering of metallic pink flakes, and just look how pretty they are over Vantablack. Definitely a unique pick, and I'm so happy I got it because I can see some nail art in the future. So, now that you've heard a little bit about the brand, a little bit about its history, a price breakdown, and you've seen some swatches, what do you think? I personally am just... I love Starrily as a brand, and it's definitely one of those brands I need to kind of set aside some money for. It's not a brand that I just spur of the moment purchase from, but Starrily has a price point that can be a little inaccessible for people. It's not one of those things where you can just buy 20 polishes without thinking about it. That price is going to make you think about it. So for me, I really appreciate the slow launch of new nail polishes and new nail colors, because I'm not feeling the need to, you know, buy on launch day when I'm purchasing from Starrily. I very much feel like I am very confident that there will be a restock. Purchases are going to be made at a slower pace. Like for a Holo Taco launch, things can be sold out within 24 hours, and we don't know when they'll be restocked, if ever. So that's one of the things, another thing that I just enjoy about Starrily is that it's a much slower paced brand in a ocean of brands that are launching things left, right, and center. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Starrily. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you have a favorite Starrily nail polish that I need to try. I definitely want to review them more often. Yeah, definitely let me know what your favorite Starrily nail polish is down below in those comments, what your thoughts are on the video, so on and so forth. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, and if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.